Rumpole. The splendours and miseries of an Old Bailey hack.
Some cases of Horace Rumpole, barrister at law, as told to and written down by John Mortimer, with Maurice Denham as Rumpole and Margot Boyd as Hilda. Rumpole and the Perils of the Sea.
There's a new case for you, Mr. Rumpole.
Huh?
It's a murder from a new firm of solicitors.
Oh, splendid, Henry. My clerk's words were music to my ears. A new firm of solicitors meant a new source of work, and the occasional bottle of Chateau Fleet Street. And of all the dishes that figure on the criminal menu, murder is still the main course, or pièce de résistance.
It's an interesting case, Mr. Tonkin was telling me.
Tonkin?
Of Tellman, Tonkin and Bird.
Ah.
That's the new firm from Norfolk. He says the thing about this murder is they never found the body.
No corpse?
And he's giving you a leader. Mr.
Huh?
Featherstone's leading you in it.
A leader and no corpse. I think I'd rather have a corpse and no leader.
Mr. Featherstone's waiting now to take you down to Holloway.
Guthrie Featherstone, QC, MP, a leader in a murder case. As Hamlet was fond of saying, there's the rub. Because I never took silk, was never rewarded by the Lord Chancellor with a long wig and a pair of ceremonial knee breeches, I'm compelled in certain important cases to sit behind some artificial silk. And although I'm old enough to be young Featherstone's father, I must be his junior.
Taxi! Pleasure to be leading you again, Horace. Here's a cab. A Holloway prison, please. Holloway? Right.
Sit behind the QC MP and listen to him asking the wrong questions. Hardly a pleasure.
Not that this seems a particularly easy case to win.
Without a corpse? Oh, it shouldn't be too hard. No doubt with his remarkable talent for agreeing with the judge, Guthrie Featherstone could manage to lose even a corpseless murder. Then lose it in the nicest possible way.
Well, the evidence against us is pretty strong. 2 heads are better than 1 in a case like this, Horace.
Well, I didn't find that when I won the Penn's Bungalow murders. It's entirely on my own.
Penn's Bungalow? Oh, yes, I think you told me. Still, people couldn't afford leading counsel in those days. It was before legal aid.
Mr. Featherstone and Mr. Rumpole. Good of you to come, gentlemen.
And when we got to the Holloway interview room, my new solicitor, Tonkin, rose to greet us. He was an upright, military-looking man with a ginger moustache and an NCC tie. He it was who had the perception to choose Rumpole for the defence, and the weak-mindedness to select Guthrie Featherstone, QC, MP, to lead him.
This is the client.
She was sitting in a shadowy corner as she smiled at us.
Mrs. Bateman.
No.
Not Mrs. Bateman any longer. I remarried, you remember. I'm Jackie Jason now.
Yes. Well, I think it would help if you were just to tell us your story in your own way.
I'm sure it would help you, Featherstone. No doubt you've been far too busy with your parliamentary duties to read the brief.
Well, Barney and I...
That was the late Mr. Barney Bateman?
Yes. We used to live at Shenstone-on-Sea. Well, we were boat people.
Boat people? Oh, I understand you don't mean Far Eastern refugees. You mean those who take to the waters in yellow oilskins and sailing dinghies with toddlers in inflated life jackets.
Well, yes. Barney and I never had toddlers.
Horace, if I could put the question.
And we were pretty experienced sailors.
Were you indeed?
Horace.
And yet your husband Barney was drowned in a yachting accident.
Accidents happen, Mr. Rumpole, even in the best regulated dinghies.
I looked at her and thought that if any woman could brave accidents, Jackie Jason could. She had clear blue eyes, short straw-coloured hair, now going grey, and the sort of skin which seemed to have been exposed to sunshine and forced 9 gales. Well, such were the women who flew round the world, in primitive planes, single-handed, crossed deserts, and rode over no man's land on a bicycle.
Just remind me.
We went out very early that day. We wanted to sail the regatta course without anyone watching.
You and your ex-husband?
Barney and I.
You were on good terms?
Always. He was a marvellous man, Barney. Anyone would tell you, anyone in the crowd in the Crab and Lobster at Shenston, we were the best of pals.
Dear old pals, jolly old pals. And yet one old pal fell out of a boat and his body was never recovered.
Now, you say there was a sudden gust of wind.
Yes, it came out of nowhere. Well, it will in that bit of sea.
Huh?
Barney was on his feet, and the boom must have hit his head. It was all so unexpected. The boat went over, and there I was in the drink.
Yeah, and your husband?
Stunned, I suppose. Well, by the boom, you see.
Oh.
I looked for him for 10 minutes, swimming, and then, well, I clung to the boat. I couldn't get her righted, not on my own I couldn't. I waited almost half an hour like that, and then the harbour motorboat came out. They got a phone call. I was lucky, really. There aren't many people around in Shenston at 6 o'clock in the morning.
But if you and your husband were on perfectly good terms...
That's not really the point, is it, Mr. Featherstone? It's the policy with the insurance company that made them bring this prosecution.
Huh? Oh. Yes. Oh, yes, of course.
Featherstone looked a little blank. If he hadn't been a politician, he would have said, all night sitting last night, never got round to reading the brief. As it was, he said,
do just remind me.
Mrs. Jason insured her first husband's life with the insurance company just 2 weeks before the accident. Before these inquiries got going, she had remarried and collected the money. Just about £200,000.
Rumpole?
Yes, Hilda?
What are you reading?
Only the brief in a murder. You know I'm going to Norfolk today.
Oh, yes, and who are you taking with you?
Guthrie Featherstone.
Oh, yes.
What didn't I tell you? It's a secret romance. We've been passionately in love for years, Guthrie and I.
Oh, really, Rumpole, I don't know why you deliberately say things you know will annoy me.
Oh, I suppose it must be my taste for the dramatic.
Also, it's not in the least degree funny.
Oh, I thought it was. A little funny.
A letter from Lucy Lohman.
Is it really? I thought it was your pools.
No, do stop being silly, Rumpole. I was at school with Lanky Lohman. She tells me her daughter Tessa has just divorced a bankrupt garage proprietor with a foul temper and a taste for whiskey.
Sounds a reasonable thing to do.
The problem is that Tessa has remarried.
Has she indeed?
Yes. A bankrupt ex-laundrette owner with a much worse temper and a taste for gin.
So there's been no real change?
No. Well, people don't change, do they?
I was beginning to find you must be obeyed unusually depressing that morning.
When they change partners, they always go for the same again, only slightly worse.
Oh, was there some similar but even more ferocious version of she waiting to entrap me the second time around? The thought was too terrible to contemplate. I prepared to take Self and Brief off to Liverpool Street. Well, if you're going to change husbands while I'm gone...
Now, please, don't be silly, Rumpole. I have no intention of changing you.
Matrimony and murder both carry a mandatory life sentence. But I put a bold face on it. You never know. Guthrie Featherstone might push me out of a sailing boat at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning.
What?
Why, accidents do happen. An hour later, Featherstone and I, our briefs open on our knees, sat on a train bound for the wastes of East Anglia.
I suppose you've read the bird watcher's evidence.
Mr. Nosy Parker's Spawn saw the whole thing through a pair of strong field glasses. Yes, I've read it.
Odd he never went to the police straight away.
Well, the whole timetable's odd. The police accept her story of an accident. The insurance company pays out. She collects her $200,000, marries a Mr. Jason, buys a small house in Cricklewood, and then
the long-lost brother turns up from New Zealand.
Mr. Peter Bateman, hungry for his brother's estate, which our client won't get if she's a murderess. So he starts inquiries, advertises for the long-lost bird watcher, and puts together a case.
Puts together far too good a case for my liking.
Well, we may get some ideas when we visit Shenstone this evening.
Shenstone? Why on earth should we visit Shenstone? This case is taking place at the Crown Court in Norwich.
No, not the whole of life takes place in the Crown Court, Featherstone. This incident happened on the seashore at Shenstone Harbour. I think we might learn something from a visit to the scene of the crime. The main feature of Shenstone-on-Sea was undoubtedly the wind. It blew straight at you from the Ural Mountains, crossing some very icy steppes, parky portions of Poland, draughty country around Dortmund, and the freezing flats of Holland on the way. In this cruel climate, the boat people gathered, sewing spinakers, splicing ropes with bluish fingers, the wind blowing out their oilskins tight as a trumpeter's cheeks.
Oh, there must be a gale here the entire time. The late Barney Bateman might have learned to cope with it. That's my thought.
Well, really, Featherstone, I wish you could have a few thoughts favourable to the defence.
Suggest them, Rumpole. What are you going to show me now?
Well, I had it in mind to show you a large rum washed down with a pint of milk stout in the crab and lobster. Many of the boat people had the same idea, and the pub was crowded. We sat in a cheerful fog, away from the knife-edged wind, among the polished brass compasses and dangling lobster pots acting as lampshades, and listened to the talk, which was about one subject only, the trial the next day at Norwich Assizes.
One thing I couldn't ever understand about Jackie, I mean, it made you wonder.
What made you wonder?
When she lost a thoroughly sound chap like Barney Bateman.
Winner of the regatta, 5 years running.
You hear that, Featherstone?
No, Buster. The man who always had a drink and a story whenever he came in here, never humbled or rang a wife when it came to his round. Why, she ended up with that four-letter Jason.
You ever met Freddie Jason, Buster?
No, of course I haven't. No, Jason isn't the sort to socialise. That's what she told us about it.
Well, they moved up into that dreadful little house in Cricklewood.
Dreadful as it
Oh,
sounds.
perfectly dreadful. Absolutely miles from the sea.
Well, it's in the middle of London,
Like
isn't it?
I told you, Rosemary, I went there once when I was in London on business.
What business, Sam? Dirty weekend?
Mind your own business, Dora. Anyway, I looked up Freddie Jason in the book and rang Cricklewood. Finally, Jackie came on the phone. Well, remember what Jackie used to be like?
Yeah.
Come on over, Sam, stews in the oven, a couple of bottles of rum and a sing-song round the piano. Oh, not a bit of it. Ever so sorry, Sam. Freddie's not been all that well. We're not seeing visitors.
Oh, can you imagine that coming from Jackie Bateman as was we're not seeing visitors?
What you're saying is there was a bit of a contrast between the two husbands.
Seems they're as different as chalk from cheese, Buster.
She didn't repeat the same mistake. Oh, that's what most people do.
Barney wasn't a mistake.
What did he look like exactly?
Well, you remember Barney? Big happy bloke with flaming red hair and a beard, wasn't he, Buster?
Yes, and we couldn't find a better bloke than Barney Bateman.
Never a crossword either. Did you ever see a crossword between those two, Buster?
No, Dora, I never did.
Never a crossword, and she's charged with murder.
Now, who are you anyway? Are you friends of Jackie Jason?
Of course not. No, we're not friends at all. Really, Rumpole, this is most unethical. We should never have got involved.
No, we're lawyers. We're down here for the trial at Norwich tomorrow.
Oh, lawyers. You've come to spy on Jackie, have you, so you can put her away?
No, we can assure you that is not our intention. Oh, do come on, Rumpole. Dinner will be over.
You see, we're defending Jackie Jason, and you've helped us.
Come on.
Yeah, I think you've helped us a lot.
Yes, well, good night, everyone. Good night. We mustn't keep our taxi waiting. What on earth do you mean, Rumpole? How do you think they've helped us? They didn't tell us a thing.
Oh, 3 things, to be precise.
Oh, what on earth?
That the Batemans never had a cross word, that her second husband doesn't like visitors, and that Barney Bateman won the regatta 5 times.
I don't see how that helps.
What? Oh, no, you're right. It doesn't help at all.
Now who's being depressing, Rumpole?
Oh, I know. I find the whole business very depressing indeed.
And where's that damn taxi?
The next day I was in court, sitting in my place behind my tanned leader, the Gerald Gaunt, you see, the sharp and wily old East Anglian prosecutor, called the Crown's favourite bird watcher.
Your name is Henry Arthur Spong?
Yes, it is.
Do you remember being out very early one morning in July, 2 years ago?
Tell him not to bloody well
Rumpole, I don't like to interrupt. It creates a bad impression.
Creates a damn sight worse impression to let him lead the witness.
I remember it clearly. It was quite late at 6 a.m. and the date was July the 6th.
How could he remember that?
I have a note in my diary. I saw a number of kittiwake, gannet, and I thought I saw Mediterranean shearwater. Of all that noted down in my birdwatcher's diary, I was looking out to sea through a pair of powerful field glasses.
Did you happen to spot a boat?
Don't let him leave, Rumpole. Leave it to me.
Mr. Spong, out of deference to my learned friends, learned junior, did you see anything unusual?
Yes, I saw a boat.
Surprise, surprise.
I noticed it because...
Yes, tell us why you noticed it.
Well, there were two people standing up in it. One I thought was a man. He had a red beard. The other was a woman.
And what did they appear to be doing?
I would say struggling together. I couldn't see all that clearly.
And then?
Well, then the man seemed to fall from the side of the boat.
Tell me, Mr. Spong, was there any wind at the time?
No wind at all, no. It had been gusty a little earlier, but at the time the man fell from the boat, it was perfectly calm.
And after he fell?
The woman waited for about 5 minutes.
She didn't dive in after him?
No.
What did she do then?
Well, she deliberately upset the boat.
You mean...
She stood on the side and then swung herself out, pulling on the side ropes. She seemed to me to capsize the boat deliberately.
And after it had capsized?
Well, she went into the water, of course. Then I saw her clinging to the boat.
What did you do?
Well, I thought she might be in some danger, so I lights got off to telephone the police.
To the harbour?
Yes. The harbour office was locked up. It was so early, you see. It took me some time to wake someone in one of the cottages.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Spong.
Mr. Spong.
Well, Featherstone rose to cross-examine. Tall and distinguished, at least he managed to look like a barrister.
Mr. Spong, you knocked up a Mr. Newbolt in...
Newbold?
Oh, a new boat in one of the cottages.
Yes, I did. I banged on the door and he put his head out of the window.
What did you tell him?
I asked him to phone the police and tell them that there was a woman in trouble with a boat.
You didn't tell him anything else you'd seen?
No, I didn't.
And having told Mr. Newbold that a woman was in trouble with a boat, you got on your bicycle and rode away.
Yes, that is correct.
Now leave it there. What? Don't give him a chance to explain. Comment on it later to the jury. He wouldn't take his learned junior's advice.
Why didn't you tell Mr. Newbold or the police the whole story about the struggle in the boat and so on?
Well, sir, I thought I saw a Mediterranean great shearwater, which would have been extremely interesting so far out of its territory. I got on my bike to follow its flight, but when I spotted it later from the cliffs, it was a great shearwater, which is interesting enough.
From a dedicated birdwatcher, the answer was totally convincing.
Mr. Spong, did you think sighting shearwaters was more important than a possible murder?
Yes, of course I did.
Of course he did.
In fact, you only came forward when Mr. Peter Bateman arrived from New Zealand and advertised for you.
That is correct.
How much did he get paid?
Did you get paid for your information?
I was given no money.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Spong.
Don't sit down. Ask him what he got apart from money.
Just one other thing, I am reminded. Did you get rewarded in any other way?
I was offered a holiday in New Zealand.
Do you intend to take it?
Oh, yes. There are some extremely interesting birds in New Zealand. But I must make this clear. It hasn't made the slightest difference to my telling the truth to my lord and in this court.
I looked at the jury. I knew one thing beyond reasonable doubt. They believed the bird watcher.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Spong. That all right, Rumpole?
It was a disaster, old darling. Not entirely your fault.
Inspector Salter, the body of Mr. Barney Bateman was never recovered.
No, sir.
Is that not an unusual factor in this somewhat unusual case?
Well, not really, sir.
Why do you say that?
Well, there are particularly strong currents off Shenstone, sir. We have warnings put up the swimmers, and unfortunately there have been many drowning accidents where the bodies have never been recovered.
Did you say accidents, Inspector?
No, Featherstone, my old sweetheart, don't you try to be too brilliant. Just plod, Featherstone. Suits your style far better.
We have had bodies lost in accidents, yes, sir. I'm by no means suggesting that this was an accident. In fact, the view of the police is that it was a deliberate...
Yes. Thank you, Inspector Salter. I'm sure we all understand what the police are suggesting here.
If your lordship pleases.
I did warn you, Featherstone. Plod, just plod. During the luncheon break, we went to see our client in the cells.
It's a nerve-wracking business, I'm sure, Mrs. Jason, giving evidence on a charge of murder.
I've been in cross-channel races with Barney and round Land's End in a force 9 gale which took away our mast in the pitch dark. I don't see that any questions in court are going to frighten me.
Well, there's just one thing. I think the jury are going to believe the bird watcher. Now, it'd be nice if we didn't have to quarrel with too much of his evidence.
What do you mean, it would be nice?
Well, if we could agree you were standing up in the boat together, now, what could you have been doing, other than fighting, of course?
I don't know. What could we have been doing?
Well, perhaps kissing each other goodbye?
Well, that's ridiculous. Why on earth do you say that? Anyway, who'll be asking me the questions in court?
I shall, Mrs. Jason, as your leading counsel. Mr. Rumpole won't be asking you any questions at all.
She looked as if the news came to her as a considerable relief. Featherstone's questions would be like a gentle following breeze, and Rumpole's awkward voice wouldn't be heard. Now, Gerald Gaunt's going to ask you some questions for the prosecution as well. You should be prepared for that, otherwise they're going to strike you like a force 9 gale amidships.
Don't worry, Mrs. Jason. I'm sure you'll be more than a match for the prosecuting counsel. Now, let's just go through your proof again, shall we?
Before we went back into court, I was standing in the marmoreal gloom of the gents when a figure manifested itself beside me. A thin, palish individual with iron-grey hair and steel glasses. The sort of man who looks seriously perturbed about our balance of payments.
Jason. I'm Pretty Jason.
I looked at him, surprised.
We haven't met before. I'm Jackie's husband.
Ah, of course, the Cricklewood recluse. Disapproved of by the boat people in the Crab and Lobster.
Yes. I don't want to make a nuisance of myself, but perhaps you could tell me, Mr. Rumpole, how do you think it's going?
Mr. Jason, would you be prepared to give evidence?
Well, I don't know. What could I say? I mean, I didn't get to know Jackie until after Barney's accident.
Huh? Well, you could say that. At least you could scotch the idea that you pushed him over to marry you. Now say that, why don't you?
I'd rather not, honestly.
He had a dry, rather impersonal voice, like the click of a computer adding up your overdraft.
I don't think I'd be much good at a witness box.
Look, you ask me the question and I'll tell you what I think. I think things are going badly with Jackie. If they go any worse, we may have to call you. Now, come on now, you don't want your wife done for murder, do you? You don't wish her a life sentence in Holloway, do you? Not a life sentence.
Well, no, of course not. I don't want that at all.
Well, stay with us then, Mr. Jason. We may need all the help you can give us. Soon after we got back to court, Mrs. Jackie Jason was receiving the force 9 gale amidships.
Mrs. Jason, you say the alleged accident took place between the 8th and 9th marker buoys of the regatta course.
Yes.
Halfway between?
About that.
With the wind from the quarter it was on that morning, you could have sailed between those 2 points without going about at all, couldn't you?
Perhaps we could.
Then why didn't you?
Perhaps we're not all as clever as you, Mr. Gaunt. Perhaps Barney made a mistake.
Made a mistake? On a course where he'd raced and won 5 times?
Jackie Jason was proving to be the worst kind of witness. She was over-emphatic, touchy, and she treated each question as an insult. I could see the jury starting to lose faith in her defense.
Anyway, you've never been out from Shenston on the regatta course. I don't know what you know about it, Mr. Gaunt.
Mrs. Jason, just confine yourself to answering the questions. Mr. Gaunt is merely doing his duty with his usual ability.
Thank you, my lord. Mrs. Jason, did you tell your husband you'd taken out this large life insurance?
I didn't tell him the exact amount. I ran our business affairs.
Which were in a terrible mess, weren't they?
Not terrible, no.
I have the certified account here of the boutique messing about in boats which you ran at Shenston. Had a petition in bankruptcy been filed by one of your suppliers?
You seem to know all about it.
Oh, yes, I do. And were the mortgage repayments considerably overdue on your cottage at Shenstone-on-Sea?
We only needed a bit of luck to pay off our debt.
And that bit of luck was your husband's death, wasn't it?
It was a cruel question, but I knew her answer chilled the hearts of the jury.
I suppose it came at the right moment, from a business point of view.
I thought she stood up for that reasonably well.
Oh, Featherstone, she was a disaster, and you know it. My learned leader and I were consuming plates of lugubrious salad in the quick right smack bar near the court. Now, Jason will have to give evidence.
To say what?
What? You don't honestly know?
I can't see that he's going to help.
Barrister, I have a certain experience in this profession. I did win the Penge bungalow murders alone and without a leader.
So you're fond of telling me?
Well, in any case, the junior is accorded the privilege of calling at least one witness in a serious case. With the permission of his learned leader, of course.
You want to call Jason?
But would you leave him to me?
Oh, all right, Rumpole, you call him. If you think it'll do the slightest good. At least you won't be whispering instructions to me the whole time.
The learned leader swallowed a forkful of cold rice and sultanas with the air of a man sloughing off responsibility.
My lord, my learned friend will be calling the next witness for the defence. He is Frederick Jason.
No.
Yes. Tonkin, keep it quiet.
Oh, brilliant, Jason.
Henry, it's our only chance. Jason came into the box looking pale and nervous. He took the oath in a very quiet voice.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
It was then that I asked the question which I'd been waiting to put throughout the trial. Is your name Barney Bateman? There was an impatient reaction.
Jason, Rumpole, his name's Jason.
Haven't you made a mistake, Mr. Rumpole?
I repeat, is your name Barney Bateman? It's an odd thing about the oath. It sometimes even persuades people to tell the truth.
Yes. I'm Barney Bateman.
Silence!
My lord, you can't go on trying Jackie for murder. You see, there's no corpse. I'm still alive, my lord. Still alive. Living in Cricklewood.
Well, I think that was a very satisfactory win.
Oh, yes, Featherstone. Many congratulations.
Thank you, Rumpole, for your assistance.
Well, no, thank Hilda. You can't fool she who must be obeyed. No, she told me that people don't change. They keep on marrying the same husband. Jackie Bateman did exactly that. Quite a touching story, really. I was right about what they were doing when the bird watcher spotted them. Not fighting, of course. Kissing each other goodbye. It was only to be a temporary parting. Barney used to swim ashore to some quiet little bit of beach, and then he shaved his beard off, went on the diet, dyed his hair, and waited for his loving wife to collect the poodle. The murder trial was a nasty gust of wind, but she thought she'd sail through it. He knew she wasn't going to, so he had to tell the truth.
They'll charge her with the insurance swindle.
No, I'm afraid they will. I think I'll do that case, Featherstone, if you don't mind. Alone and without a leader.
That was Maurice Denham as Rumpole and Margot Boyd as Hilda in The Perils of the Sea. The judge was played by Norman Shelley, Guthrie Featherstone, Michael Spice, Gerald Gaunt, John Bott, Mr. Tonkin, Christopher Scott, Inspector Salter, Michael McStay, Henry Hayden Wood, Henry Arthur Spong, Brian Haynes, Dora Eve Karp, Sam Sean Probert, Buster Graham Faulkner, Rosemary Jenny Lee, Frederick Jason Gordon Reed, and Jackie Jason Dilys Lay. Rumpole and the Perils of the Sea was written by John Mortimer and directed by Ian Cotterill.
Hold your fire!
The splendours and miseries of an Old Bailey hack.
Some cases of Horace Rumpole, barrister at law, as told to and written down by John Mortimer, with Maurice Denham as Rumpole and Margot Boyd as Hilda. Rumpole and the Age of Retirement.
It was just after I'd lost my 5th case in succession before Mr. Justice Vosper that I began to wonder if it were not time for Rumpole to hang up his battered wig and retire from the bar. Of course, I had nothing to retire on, except my overdraft at the bank and a dribble of uncollected fees. But now my son Nick had gone off to seek a newer world as an academic in America. Nick was always the brains of the family. Living in some ranch-style edifice with a swimming bath in what my daughter-in-law insists on calling the backyard, Hilda and I are more or less alone in the world. Thoughts of retirement must occur to villains also. Old Percy Timpson, doyen of that notable family of South London offenders, might have been forgiven for feeling past it when he was visited by the local bobbies one recent dawn.
Yeah. Hello, was it? Wait, who's them police officers coming up our garden, Noreen?
It's the new one, Percy.
Aye?
That DI broom.
No bloody manners. Old White here at least gave you time to finish your breakfast.
They're going to the garage. What's in the garage, Percy?
Nothing's in the garage. Lead from the Deptford job went last week.
Electric blankets?
No, girl. Electric blankets ain't due till Saturday.
Open up the garage, Percy.
Why, you interested in buying my old banger, Mr. Broom?
You want us to break it down?
Lovely old Cortina. One owner, the Vicar of Gravesend, and he only used it for funerals.
We know what you've got there, Percy. We know exactly what you've got.
Nothing, I do assure you, Mr. Broom, what's not perfectly legitimate. Oh, Christ.
Not in person, Percy, but it looks a pretty good likeness. Come on, down to the nick. Now, look, Percy. I mean, there's no logical explanation, is there? Not for you having a religious artwork in your lock-up garage. Not except for the fact that you were receiving stolen property, well, knowing it to be stolen. I want your autograph, Percy. I want this case barrister-proof. That's my intention.
I don't sign things. You know that, Mr. Broom.
You know, we got your wife, Noreen, Percy.
Yeah.
We got her downstairs.
Yeah.
You want Noreen charged, do you? Tell me, how long is it exactly since your old woman's will be inside of Holloway? We want a statement signed in your own words, Percy. Go on, Sergeant Woods. Tell him what his own words are.
It little profits that an idle king, by this still hearth among these barren crags, matched with an aged wife, I meet and dole unequal laws unto a savage race, that hoard and sleep and feed and know not me.
Rumpole!
Matched with an aged wife, I meet and dole unequal laws unto a savage race.
Come and sit down, Rumpole. Are you tired, dear?
What did you say?
I said, dear, are you tired?
That's peculiar. That's what I thought my wife said. Why was she, who must be obeyed, showing such unusual solicitude?
Come and make yourself comfortable, dear. Oh, why did you put your feet up? Have a nice gin and tonic.
Hilda, are you feeling quite well?
Well, a day in court is so hard for a man of your age. Daddy always said it was such a physical labour standing up in court.
Perhaps that's why your daddy always sat down so remarkably quickly.
Well, look at the danger to your health, Rumpole. Anyway, you don't want to die in harness. You know, poor old Daddy died in harness.
Really? I thought he died in the Tunbridge General Hospital. What on earth are you doing, Hilda?
Knitting? It's for Miss Tramp's baby. You're Miss Philippa Tramp, that nice girl in your chambers.
Portia.
Well, she'll have to give up the bar now she's got the baby.
Yes, birth and death, they silence us all in the end. What are you knitting for it, a dust sheet?
No, a matinee jacket.
Will the baby go to many matinees?
Oh, I forgot. There's a letter for you.
Oh, thank you, Hilda. For the desk of Professor Julius Kramer, Baltimore University.
Nick's University. What a coincidence.
Dear Mr. Rumpole, your name has long been known to us as a legal luminary.
There you are.
We would wish to invite you, and of course your good lady, to visit us on the campus during the autumn semester and deliver a series of lectures on the alienation factor in the psychological aspects of owner deprivation.
What does that mean, Rumpole?
Owner deprivation? Presumably nicking things.
Dear. Yes? This is Mrs. Rumpole speaking. Oh, Nick! Oh, my dear! Yes, we were just talking about you. Yes, he's here. Rumpole, it's your son.
Hello, Nick! Oh, you sound so near, I can't hear the Atlantic. Yes, I got your letter. Your university... Well, I suppose we might come over. Yes. Well, yes, it is getting a bit tiring slogging around the Old Bailey in the London sessions. Plays hell with the back. Come and live with you and give lectures? Well, it's certainly something to think about. I was still turning the future, what was left of it, over in my mind when I met Claude Erskine Brown in the corridors of the Old Bailey. It seemed he was prosecuting me and old Percy Timpson in the mysterious affair of the old master in the lock-up garage.
Before we go into court, Rumpole, do you mind if I show you this?
A photograph? Is it evidence?
Of course not. It's our new baby.
Oh. Yeah, it looks even older than I feel.
It's an extraordinarily talented baby, Rumpole, for its age. It has an amazingly powerful grip.
Oh, well, that'll be for hanging onto its mother's tail as they swing from bough to bough.
Oh, really? I just thought I'd show you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. The mother's my learned friend. The Portia of our chambers, Miss Philida Trant.
I think it has a remarkably intelligent look. I can't get Philly to see it.
Oh, it's quite remarkable. Any day now it should be picking up briefs in the Chancery Division.
Rumpole? Are all those villainous-looking people your witnesses?
No, my client Percy Timpson's family. They're the sort to breed from, the Timpsons. Their criminal activities have kept me in work for years.
This isn't a fight, is it?
Oh, my dear Erskine Brown, Claude, should we say just a little skirmish?
But the picture was in your garage, and you signed a confession.
Well, that means I started with a considerable handicap, which is probably fair, considering the difference in our form.
Oh, dear. I was hoping for a quick plea. You see, I'd rather like to get back home in time for the 4 o'clock feed.
Really? You indulge in high tea, Erskine Brown?
What? Oh, no, not my 4 o'clock feed, Rumpole. The baby's.
Among the prosecution witnesses in R versus Percy Timpson, Erskine Brown called a Mr. Rowland, a man with a bald, skull-like head, who was, it seemed, an art expert.
I would say that the work is quite priceless.
Yes, but if you had to name a figure, Mr. Rowland, as a highly qualified expert on Italian Quattrocento painting.
How can one put a price on beauty? It has been done in the past, Mr. Rowland, by some quite well-known ladies.
Oh, dear, we were almost abused by his lordship's little joke.
Well, shall we say £250,000? Pounds, not dollars. Gordon Bennett. Yes, Mr. Rumpole?
My lord. Mr. Rowland, this painting by Taddeo
di Bartolo, nicknamed Il Zoppo, the lame one.
No, the lame one. Thank you. This Zoppo is extremely well known, is it not?
Oh, yes, indeed. So well known that no expert art thief would be able to dispose of it.
I would expect him to dump it somewhere and then sell the insurers the secret of its whereabouts.
Dump it?
I gave evidence in a case where a small but priceless Fragonard was left on a municipal rubbish tip. The insurers paid $100,000 for that information.
You say the picture is so well known to experts. I just wondered if his work was instantly recognizable to the crowd who get in the King's Elm on a Saturday night.
I should imagine probably not.
And any drinker in the saloon bar who did recognize Il Zoppo's work and wanted to buy it would have to be provided with £500,000 in his hip pocket to complete the transaction.
My lord, I really can't see what the relevance of these questions is.
The relevance, my lord, is that in his so-called voluntary confession statement, Mr. Simpson said he proposed to flog the artwork up the King's Elm next Saturday night. Even judicial knowledge, my lord, must encompass the fact that the King's Elm is not Sotheby's.
And even your extensive knowledge of crime, Mr. Rumpole, must encompass the possibility that your client himself had no idea of how valuable the painting was.
Detective Inspector Broom, can you explain why Percy Timpson should have signed this confession in the absence of his solicitor?
I don't know, Mr. Rumpole. People sometimes tell the truth in the absence of their solicitor.
And people sometimes want to protect their wives, don't they, Inspector?
I suppose they may.
You know, my client has been married to his wife Noreen for almost 30 years.
Are you putting your client forward as a perfect husband, Mr. Rumpole?
No, my lord, merely as a loving husband. Did you tell Percy Timpson that you'd got his wife in the station?
It's possible. I can't remember. I do have other cases, you know, Mr. Rumpole.
I have here the station book.
Yes.
There is no record whatsoever of Mrs. Noreen Timpson being taken into this station on that or any other day.
I accept that.
Why did you lie to my client, Inspector?
I didn't lie to him.
Why did you tell him that Noreen had been brought into the station to be charged?
I expect I said it because I intended to do exactly that.
But you never did charge her, did you?
Well, there was no need to after...
No need to after Percy had signed his statement, is that what you mean?
No need to after that. No.
After he'd fallen into your trap, the bait could be thrown away. You'd got what you wanted, hadn't you?
What did I want?
An untrue confession, signed in the hope of saving his wife from the welcoming gates of Holloway Prison.
Mr. Rumpole.
Yes, my lord.
Aren't you rather forgetting something? This admirable example of Italian Renaissance art was actually found in your client's garage. Isn't that the point? Yes, members of the jury. We will rise now until 10:30 tomorrow.
Things were not going too well, as you can see, in the case of Percy Timpson. But as I left the Old Bailey, another member of the Timpson clan approached me in what I can only describe as a furtive manner.
Mr. Rumpole?
Yes?
Can I have a word with you, Mr. Rumpole? The rest of the family's gone home. I'm Bar Timpson.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Timpson. Well, if you'd care to walk with me to the bus stop.
You remember me, don't you, Mr. Rumpole?
It's not easy to remember all the Timpsons.
Well, I'm Vi, married to Fred Timpson. You remember you got our young one, Jim, out of a spot of trouble.
Oh, yes, of course. How is young Jim?
Oh, doing very well, Mr. Rumpole. Yes, thank you. He's got his own little window cleaning business now.
Oh, dear, I'm sorry to hear it.
The thing is, I wanted to tell you, I never agreed with what the family done to Uncle Percy.
What the family done?
Poor old Auntie Noreen. She's up the wall about it. Wasn't all the family exactly. It was Bertie, really. He was right choked when Percy let all that rubber-back carpet go for 20 quid and... He thought Uncle Percy was getting past it, you see.
Mrs. Timpson, Vi, perhaps you'd better tell me all about it. Plots, you see. And unknown to Rumpole, she who must be obeyed was discussing another dark plot with Mrs. Erskine Brown, maid tramp, in my matrimonial home in Gloucester Road.
Phillida, Rumpole's getting past it.
What?
I may call you Phillida, mayn't I?
Of course. It's so kind of you to give me tea and knit this...
matinee jacket.
Yes.
I chose pink. It is a girl, isn't it?
As a matter of fact, it's a boy.
Oh, well, it'll still be warm. Yes, Nick and I have decided that Rumpole must take it easy. We're going to get him to retire.
Well, how on earth are you going to manage that?
Well, we've got him an offer from one of Nick's professors at the University of Baltimore. Rumpole's going to lecture on law.
On law?
Well, really, Phillida. Surely he knows about the law.
Hardly anything. Oh, he knows all about how to spill water during the prosecution speech and how to get the jury on his side. But as for law...
Well, anyway, the lectures are only the bait, you see. The lure to get him over there. Then I'll put this flat on the market. We can live with Nick and Erica. Well, surely everyone knows it's high time Rumpole made up his mind to retire.
So the movement to put Rumpole out to grass grew. And the next day I entertained the Timpson family to breakfast in Luigi's Cafe opposite the Old Bailey. I have invited you, members of the clan Timpson, to discuss your Uncle Percy Timpson's defence.
Ah, yes, Mr. Rumpole. Has this got two lamps, Steve?
Well, we rely on you, Mr. Rumpole. The Timpson family have always been able to rely on Mr. Rumpole. Absolutely.
Yes, but can Mr. Rumpole rely on the Timpson family?
Yeah, mine's a scrambled on fried slice.
Right, dear.
What do you mean exactly, Mr. Rumpole?
Well, as you well know, $250,000 nicker in artwork from the Italian Quattrocento is quite out of Uncle Percy's league. Therefore, I shall have to put him in the witness box to explain to the jury exactly what his league is.
What do you mean, Mr. Rumpole?
I mean he's going to tell the judge he disposed of 4,000 Green Shield stamps for you, Fred.
What?
And a couple of lorry loads of tights, innumerable canteens of cutlery, and 25 yards of rubber-backed carpet from the local Odeon for you, Bertie. As well as the electric blankets and the 3 tweezer loads of stolen scampi for you, Vi.
Oh, no.
Well,
I ain't got no convictions.
That's right, Bertie, you're clean.
Thanks to you, Mr. Rumpole. Merci beaucoup.
Oh, yes. Then I understand you've even got a legitimate job now, Bertie. What is it?
I'm crane driver on the municipal muck heap.
On the municipal muck heap. Now, isn't that a coincidence?
What do you mean, Mr. Rumpole?
Because it was on a municipal muck heap that some far more cultivated villain than any of us dumped the benediction by Taddeo Di Bartolo, nicknamed Il Zoppo, the lame one. Now, Uncle Percy hasn't been doing too well as a fence lately, has he?
Not too brilliant, no.
I've got to admit that Percy's getting past it.
Getting past it? Oh, I know, letting your hard-won consignments of electric blankets go at half price. Gossiping away in pubs when some minor grass is listening.
Got out that Jim 6 months chatting away like that, Mr. Rumpole.
Silly old fool, he's a menace to everyone, is Uncle Percy.
Is that why you decided he ought to be retired?
What do you say, Mr. Rumpole?
Put out to grass, give him his cards, rusticated, put on the shelf? You all decided Uncle Percy was past it, didn't you? The whole family, so you wanted him to retire quickly?
You couldn't persuade Percy he was trying to go, Mr. Rumpole.
Honest, he wouldn't listen to reason. The man was bloody dangerous carrying on at his age.
So Bertie, with his clean record, planted a picture of him and rings up D.I. Broom with the information. Hardly a golden handshake, was it? Not even a gold watch from the company. The trouble with you is you're none of you Bernard Berenson.
We're not what, Mr. Rumpole?
Well, you're not even Lord Clark. You never studied civilization, not even on the telly. You couldn't tell a genuine Friar Angelico from the top of a box of biscuits. And because of your total abysmal ignorance of matters artistic, Uncle Percy's up on £250,000 handling and halfway to Parker's style of wife.
Oh, yeah. What you going to do about it, Mr. Rumpole?
Oh, what are you going to do about it? You'd better think a bit quickly. Uncle Percy's going to give his evidence tomorrow.
Erskine Brown. I'm so glad I caught you. I'm rounding up the members of Chambers. This business of Rumpole's retirement. Apparently your wife knows all about it.
Oh, yes. She had tea with Hilda Rumpole.
Good Lord.
Apparently it's all fixed.
Well, we should give dear old Rumpole a good send-off, I think. I thought of laying on a dinner at the Sheridan Club.
Oh, you'd enjoy that.
And I suppose some sort of presentation? Can you think of what Rumpole needs?
Well, he needs a new hat.
Yes, I suppose he does. Now, the problem is we can't engrave our signatures on a new hat. No, perhaps we could settle for a clock. Oh, I say, Cavey, here he comes.
Morning, Featherstone.
Morning, Rumpole. Hello.
Ready for the battle? I think we may have a little surprise for you today.
Oh, really? Horace, are you free by any chance next Thursday evening?
Free? I don't suppose so. I'll probably be at home with the wife.
Oh, well, we want Hilda to come too.
Come where?
I'm giving a little dinner at my club, the Sheridan. Most of Chambers will be there. Pencil it in now, like a good chap.
What's the matter with our learned head of Chambers? Has he come into money? A couple of hours later, that doughty advocate, Claude Erskine-Brown, was cross-examining Bertie Timpson, who had just given evidence for the defence.
Mr. Timpson, let me get this clear. You found the picture on the municipal rubbish dump?
Where I work, yes.
And you put it in your Uncle Percy's garage?
Well, I had a key. He lent me his Cortina when they went on holiday.
And you put it there at night? Without telling your uncle what you'd done?
Absolutely, Mum.
What?
But I did it quietly, like. I didn't want to wake up the old couple.
Why store it in Uncle Percy's garage?
I didn't have no accommodation. Not for a thing that size, Chamois.
Chamois?
At home.
Mr. Timpson, can you think of one reason why the members of the jury should believe this extraordinary story?
Yeah. You see, members of the jury, I rang the local Nick that night. I said there was this picture, like, and if they was interested, they could find it in my Uncle Percy's garage. So they was there next morning with the dawn patrol.
Yes, Mr. Rumpole?
Oh, my lord. Mr. Timpson, who did you speak to at the local Nick?
Mr. Erskine-Brown.
I spoke to D.I. Broom. He'll tell you that.
Mr. Featherstone says, could you let him have a cheque for £10?
You told the detective inspector the picture was in your uncle's garage.
Of course I did.
But you never told your uncle. He remained in total ignorance.
Total ignorance, my lord.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Timpson. Unless your lordship has any further questions. But by now, even Mr. Justice Vosper was silent, and Erskine-Brown was busy writing out a cheque. His contribution, I later discovered, to the Chambers present to mark the retirement of Rumpole. A handsome clock to be presented at the forthcoming dinner organised by Guthrie Featherstone, QC.MP, at the Sheridan Club.
Marigold's wretched that she's missing tonight. Hilda, she's always been so fond of Rumpole. She regards him as one of those marvellous links with the past, like the gaslights in the temple.
Oh, really? I can't say I've ever thought of Rumpole as the gaslights in the temple. But Rumpole is a pillar of the criminal world.
Of course he is, Mrs. Rumpole. Of course he is.
The baby left home, has it, Erskine-Brown?
Actually, it's in its carriage cot with the lady downstairs.
One of us will have to leave early, of course, for the 10 o'clock feed.
One of us?
Yes, well, I thoroughly enjoyed our little scrap.
And I suppose it's nice for you to go out on a win.
Go out? Go out where? Oh, you mean go out for dinner?
I didn't really enjoy our case very much, Rumpole. I find these days I prefer paperwork at home. Keeps one with the family.
And I love court. Of course, now there'll be such a lot of crime going spare in Chambers.
Well, why? Are you expecting a new outbreak of villainy?
Rumpole will miss the Old Bailey, of course, after so many years. I never thought Rumpole looked really happy unless he was going down to the cells at the Old Bailey. Perhaps you can find him work as a prison visitor on the other side of the Atlantic.
Oh, I'm sure he'll find plenty to do. That's the wonderful thing about retirement. Rumpole can do all the things he never had time for.
I've often wondered, what hasn't Rumpole time for? He's had time to do the crossword. Hasn't drink a claret.
Well, he'll have time for reading. He's so fond of poetry.
Does Rumpole read poetry? I thought he just said it.
Oh, I say. Pheasant, what a gorgeous tree.
The last time I remember having pheasant was in the old Willoughby Grimes day. We had a Chambers dinner at Simpson's in the Strand, and they dished us up pheasant. The occasion was Tiny Banstead's being appointed Recorder of Swindon, which was considered a great honour in those days.
Rats, Uncle Tom.
Well, poor old Tiny got one of those little pheasant bones stuck in his gullet, and they rushed him to hospital. Death by suffocation. He never sat as recorder. Quite a disappointment to his wife.
Quiet, please. Quiet. Have a little quiet. Just a few words from me. Rumpole, has become part of our lives in Chambers.
Yeah.
Like a valued piece of antique furniture, which we see every day and only notice perhaps and miss when it's gone.
I think that could have been put better. Where's your husband?
But I hope,
we have
Horace,
to go.
I sincerely hope that you and Mrs. Rumpole will accept this clock as a token of our affection and respect. May it tell many happy hours in the future.
Speech, Rumpole?
Yes, come on, speech. No, I'm accustomed as I am. If your lordship pleases. Hilda, my friends, my old friends. This occasion has cheered me considerably. There have been times lately during the long hours in court and listening to the constant attacks on our profession by the police, there have been times, I must confess, when I wondered if I hadn't been getting in some sort of a rut.
That's exactly what I've been thinking.
Matched with an aged wife, I meet and dole unequal laws unto a savage race that hoard and sleep and feed and know not me. In such moods, I must confess I have been tempted to retire. Jack it all in, to go out to graft.
Very understandable.
Yeah, but your support, your affection, and above all this very generous gift has made me change my mind.
What's that?
What did he say?
He's talking about the clock, Uncle Tom.
'Tis not too late to seek a newer world. Push off, and sitting well in order, smite the sounding furrows, for my purpose holds to sail beyond the sunset.
A new world? Perhaps he's going after
and
all.
the bars of all the western stars until I die. It may be that the gulfs will wash us down. It may be we shall touch the happy isles and see the great Achilles whom we knew. Though much is taken, much abides, and though we are not now that strength which in old days moved heaven and earth, that which we are.
What are we?
What we are, apparently.
One equal temper of heroic heart.
He still makes a good final speech, old Rumpole.
Made weak by time and fate, but strong in will, to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. Well, this handsome timepiece will encourage me, my old friends, to forget all thought of surrender and retirement, and not to yield in all my future cases of the Old Bailey, London Sessions, Luton Crown, or even before the Uxbridge magistrates. And I shall never be late. This will always get me to the court on time.
If Rumpole's not retiring, does he really mean to hang on to our clock?
That was Maurice Denham as Rumpole and Margot Boyd as Hilda in The Age of Retirement. Mr. Justice Vosper was played by Robert Harris, Claude Erskine Brown, Brian Carroll, Guthrie Featherstone, Michael Spice, George Frobisher, Dennis Hawthorne, Uncle Tom, Patrick Barr, Miss Trant, Amanda Murray, Henry, Hayden Wood, Detective Inspector Broom, Alexander John, Mr. Rowland, Godfrey Penton, Noreen Timpson, Peggy Page, Bertie Timpson, Michael Elphick, Fred Timpson, John Church, Vi Timpson, Josie Kidd, and Percy Timpson, Alfie Bax. The signature tune was arranged by Peter Howell from music from Trial by Jury by Sir Arthur Sullivan. Rumpole and the Age of Retirement was written by John Mortimer and directed by Ian Cottrell.
One. Whenever Henry Wilt took the dog for a walk, or to be more accurate, when the dog took him, or to be exact, when Mrs. Wilt told them both to go and take themselves out of the house so that she could do her yoga exercises, he always took the same route. In fact, the dog followed the route, and Wilt followed the dog. They went down past the post office, across the playground, under the railway bridge, and out onto the footpath by the river. A mile along the river, and then under the railway line again, and back through streets where the houses were bigger than Wilt's semi, and where there were large trees and gardens, and the cars were all Rovers and Mercedes. It was here that Clem, a pedigree Labrador, evidently feeling more at home, did his business, while Wilt stood looking around rather uneasily, conscious that this was not his sort of neighbourhood, and wishing it was. It was about the only time during their walk that he was at all aware of his surroundings. For the rest of the way, Wilt's walk was an interior one, and followed an itinerary completely at variance with his own appearance